Hi, I'm L.P.Paveethra from BSc Mathematics second year. Now I'm going to explain the novel I'm Watching You by Teresa Driscoll. I'm Watching You is about the circumstance related to a missing 16 years old girl Anna who traveled to London by train with her best friend Sarah. The mystery starts on the train where Ella, the witness, sees the two teenage girls flirting with two men. When Ella realizes the men are fresh out of prison, here own sensibilities and judgments are put on high alert. Ella regrets not trying to help the two minors. The very next day, when she walks up to the news of Anna's missing 1 year later, it becomes clear that her friends and families have secrets and guilt to hide. Each character of I'm Watching You is told about. The characters: Ella, the witness; Henry, the father; Sarah, the friend; Matthew, the private investigator. Like other characters, Henry suspects he is someone responsible for her daughter's disappearance in some way, but the chapters involves Henry becomes muddy at time hazy, as he constantly hints he is a bad father, and reminds the reader over and over about Anna's last words to him: "You disgust me, Dad." The truth about Anna's disappearance becomes muddled when he feed small bits of information and backgrounds of each character, like Henry. Most of the characters in the book have some sort of secrets and become hunted by the guilt. Many characters reflect on this relation to the case, admitting to themselves that they could have gone something differently and that they need to tell the truth. Each point of view kept me wondering how each person was involved, especially because most of the characters ends with cliffhangers. Usually, I enjoy a good, although the different points of the views added to the overall pace and mystery of the book. I became frustrated towards the second half of the book about realizing most of the what I read did not actually lead to the crime, making the plot seem some complicated than it really is. Although this thriller is fast paced and lacking action. Some example, we learn so much about the detective and his pregnant wife, and then the baby become born. Many of the characters' lives in fear, doubt, and guilt, and the only suspense that came to the novel for me were dangling lines with she could not tell them what she know. They are also cops who hold grudges against each other. But again, these side stories felt more like. However, I do believe this was international. In the author's note, Driscoll established her experience with real life crime when she explained that she worked as a journalist in England, especially with the case related to crime. Teresa admits she was deeply affected by the impact of crime on so many ordinary lives, not just innocent victims but also witnesses. This sentiment is reflected throughout the theme of I Am Watching You, with the focus being primarily on how the disappearance of Anna hunted her friends and family, so much that their lives were on the standstill as they become blinded by their own secrets and guilt to hide.